Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. Steve here. Today I'm going to be doing this sketch for you. A lot of times I get comments that buildings are a little bit intimidating because people don't understand perspective. This particular drawing requires no perspective knowledge whatsoever. I do have some videos that are coming down the line, in the not too distant future. I'm just about done with them. They'll teach you 1, 2, and 3 point perspective. But you don't always have to know perspective. You just have to follow some simple rules as far as following the angles that you see. The other thing is I'm going to be using this flexible nib zebra pen. If I take off the cap, this nib here is very flexible. It gives you thick and thin lines. And then to top it all off, we'll be using some markers to give you a little bit of value shading in there. So let's go on and get started. Today I'm going to do a freehand sketch for you without any pencil drawing underneath of this scene. And I'll talk a little bit more about where I got the photo and why I'm drawing this. But let's go ahead and get on into it. As I said, I'm not going to be using any pencil line. This is just all freehand. You don't, if you're out urban sketching, you don't always have to start with a pencil line. In fact, I really would suggest getting used to just drawing with ink because it enables you to see things better, quicker, and of course you can't fudge your lines. I think it also gets you to loosen up a little bit. At least it does for me. I'm just kind of laying things in, blocking them in, adding in the larger shapes, and then going in and breaking those down a little bit more. It's what I always tell you. You start big, simple, and then you break down the shapes into smaller and smaller bits with more detail in them. It's really the only way to work. It's fast, it's accurate, and you end up succeeding more often than you fail. Let me take a moment to talk to you about where this photo that I'm sketching today, where it came from. This is probably my #1 resource for sketching photos. The resource is called Graphite Studio, and I found them a while ago on Gumroad. This particular photo is from one of their sets called Old Town, and it's a collection of about 380 photos of Tbilisi, which is the capital of Georgia. And yes, I had to look that up. It's Old Town, and Old Town is a neighborhood there. Graphite Studio has a wide variety of collections from urban areas, abandoned sites, and some of the best human reference photos out there. There really is something for everyone, but the best part is how affordable these sets are. Some sets are as low as $6, and they even have sample set photo sets that you can try for free and see what you think of their photos. And that way you can try before you buy. But some of the sets are as low as $6, and the highest price ones are only $12. The models are amazing. There are anywhere between 300 to 1,400 photos in each set. And at $12 a set, that makes each photo of the 1,400 photo set not even a penny per shot. These are well thought out, well lit sets with fit models. I asked them to be an affiliate. They didn't ask me because I love their photos so much. Now, if you follow the link in the description, you can take a look at all their sets. If you choose to buy something, I'll make a small commission, but it won't cost you any extra. In fact, if you use the coupon code of SteveFollowers15 off at checkout, you'll get an extra 15% off of your sets. Check it out and let me know what you think of the photos that they offer down in the comments section. I really would like to know. I don't know why it is, but when I have windows to do, I always go for those first. Even though I probably should have put in that back building there, it was just too tempting for me. And so I'm putting not only in the buildings, but in the shadows from that awning that's over it. There really is no wrong way to do it. You're going to get around to all of it eventually. So, just kind of go with your gut. You'll find what works for you and what doesn't. There's the clothesline that I'm putting in now. A lot of people hang their clothes out here, and I think that was one of the things that drew me to this particular scene. The reason that I chose to do this particular scene out of all the photos in this set was because you don't have to know perspective in order to be able to draw this. All you need to do is kind of follow the angles that you're comparing to each other as you sit down and draw. I am working on a perspective video for everybody, especially for you urban sketchers, but really it's something that everyone should know. When I went to school, my art school did not teach perspective at all. I guess it was just something that they thought that you would know. But you really do need to know this if you're going to be drawing. So, I'm going to be going over 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective. It's really not complicated, but you need to know it, but you don't need to know it for this particular sketch and this particular drawing.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today, but when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. We don't need plans or a fancy agenda. Well, let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say remember when, if we keep on making memories where we stand, where we stand. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. And go put on that old wedding dress now. Probably still fits like a glove. And tell the band to play one more slow song, 'cause you still have all my love. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. Let's get happy before we get old. No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get happy before we get old.
So the drawing is all done. And this is as far as you need to go if you want to just keep it in black and white. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some grayscale to it using some brush pens, but just so that you know, you can stop right here and move on and go to your next sketch. But let's see what we can do with some of these Tombow brush pens. This is what I use when I want to add some grayscale to my sketches. These are water-based, and they have a spongy brush tip on one side and then just a hard tip on the other, a thin hard tip. Normally I will just use 3 values, light, a medium, and a dark, and I always start with the light value and just brush things in. Now, because these are water-based, if I brush too much onto the zebra pen that I've put down, it will pick up. But if you're using a light touch, things will stay in place and you're not going to pick up too much. But I don't actually mind having some of that pick up and soften some of that line work a little bit. So I'm not too worried about it. These are sketches. They're supposed to have a little bit of life to them. Once I get my initial values in, I'll go with a little darker pen and reinforce the areas that I want to be darker, especially this fence that's in the shade. This way you slowly build up your values. And since these brushes are water-based, I can go back over the darker areas with a lighter marker and kind of blend between the two. So that's why I only need to have 3 of these pens. Once I get all my gray tones in there, I'll go back in with a micron. It's normally either a brush micron or a 0.8, and just reinforce some of the darks, because when you're working with these water brushes over the top, some of the darks can get a little wiped out or wishy-washy. Again, it's not something that you have to do, but I find that it makes things look a little more finished. Little cross-hatching with the lightest marker gives you the feeling that there's a texture going on that wall. All right, coming down to the end here now. Just for a final little pop-off, I use these Posca markers, I guess they're markers. This one is an opaque white, and I love it. It's definitely thicker and covers better than the white jelly rolls. So these are the ones that I've been tending to use more often. But I'll just sparkle it up a little bit, put some atmospheric dots in there, and clean up some of the edges on things that I want to separate out. Just takes a couple of moments. Well, that'll do it for this video. I hope this gives you some confidence to do your own sketching. Get out there or pick up your own sets at Graphite Studio. I'm going to go ahead and close up shop. So until the next video, I'll see you down the road.